Hey guys, this is Steph with Dotting with Dragons. Welcome in if you're new and welcome back if you're returning. I'm so happy that you guys are deciding to spend some time here today as we look at these two amazing kits from Dakota Daetwiler and Diamond Art Club. These are two kits that are also very special to me. So you notice the theme if you watched my other Black Friday video. There are certain artists and certain types of artwork that are absolutely have to happen for me. And some of them are the things that I love so much that I submit to licensing and end up voting on. And these were two of those, another two kits. This is, kit 3 and 4 that I submitted to licensing for the artwork and voted on, and I was so excited to see these being released. There are a few other Dakotas that I'm really hoping I've submitted the artwork for them, I've seen them in voting, and so I'm really excited. I hope that they release those two. This is one of my favorite artists at Diamond Art Club. I don't get everything she puts out, but I'm a huge fan. So first, we're going to take a look at this one. It's Peaceful Bigfoot. Now, unfortunately, this one is sold out, but definitely put your email in for those restock notifications. I have a feeling that they use those as like a way to gauge the interest level on restocking, how soon, what to, and maybe even how much to restock it. I don't know. And then this one here is not sold out yet. So Undersea Library. Yeah, so I'm so excited. So let me get into Peaceful Bigfoot first. He is so cute. Sorry about the bumps here. He is so cute. Cryptids have a special place in my heart. They always have. But also my kiddo is obsessed with cryptids, and I love it. So, cryptids, meaning cryptozoology, the study of creatures that are mythical, magical, don't exist, right? So we've got this new sleeve that comes off, and on here we have a picture of the artwork. We have the size 69.9 by 69.9. I think. No, they are not the same size. I was going to say, I thought they were. There was another Dakota that was released. Was there two Dakotas? There was one released in a mystery box. It was a landscape. And then there was another one in general released. Another landscape, ocean lighthouse scene, I think. So they definitely gave different fans their love of her. Let's see. Okay, so we have all the details. Oh, here we go. This is what I was looking for. 63 colors, including 1 AB and 3 fairy dust, 78,961 diamonds. So yeah, and I forgot to mention this in my other video, but these are square kits. It says square, it has a square, and it's blue. And if it was round, it would be pink and say round and have a round symbol around those words instead of it being square. So there's that. Let's get into this. First off, we have our toolkit here. I'm just going to go over this once. The other kit will come with it as well. We have this eco-friendly bag. We have a bag of baggies, which has good use for storage. And actually, I'm going to do a video about my updated spare storage system. I use these. We have a twist and pick pen here. There's preloaded wax in there, and you twist it up and it'll come out this tip here, and then a 4-placer with some gunk in it, apparently. Man, that's like my last video too. I had some weird anomalies in those kits, like half a heart wax and all sorts of weird stuff. We've got our pink heart-shaped wax. We've got the refill for the pen. There's some debate. I think Diamond Art Club, sorry about that, that was my kiddo. I guess something really funny must have just happened in his show. So Daetwiler has said, I think that these are different. But I've shoved this into the pen and used it, and I've shoved this in the pen. This is a little softer, I think, to be in the pen. And then a 7-placer. So, and this really nice tray. I love these trays. They're the perfect size, and they fit really well on my ink pad storage shelves. And also, if you want to keep this box, they fit perfectly in here, so you could even store them stacked that way. I've seen people use this to kit up into, so that's another cool idea for that. So we'll just put those back in here. Thank you for your purchase. And they have a bunch of details in here. I didn't go into depth in this before, but on the previous Black Friday video, but I've got a link to their Facebook group, some tips and tricks on how to diamond paint, a coupon if you've never bought through their app before, and their kit contents. So, and then we have this beautiful card, Peaceful Bigfoot, and it is a bronze. This is a secondary rewards program that you can use to stack up these cards and get gift cards and a custom diamond painting, which I think I have enough cards for, or you could cash it in for a gift card. I am going to choose a custom diamond painting. I just have to figure out what image. That's the hard part. Here is their information about the kit again, the original art book. This will all go in my logbook, 63 colors, lots of specials, and that's cool. Oh, we have quite a few of these 600. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have 6,000 colors. Those are colors that Diamond Art Club actually made themselves, because the DAC color system didn't have them. So they create their own drills in-house, and that's really cool. All right, so there's that. Now the kit, because it's the best part. All right. Okay, here we go. Got a nice dust sleeve coloring this. We've got our drills. I don't do drill trains anymore because it's a lot to put them back in the bags, but I'm happy to do them if you guys like to see that sort of thing. So just let me know in the comments. This has got a lot of beautiful blues and greens. I absolutely love that. We can already see an AB, the AB 5200. It's kind of a classic. 939, not too many bags of it. That's cool. Oh, this looks like fun. Some yellows in here. And cool. And then we have the name of the kit here. So yeah, we have the canvas. Oh, you're so cute. Look at it nose. Okay, so this one isn't so big. So the last two I unboxed from my Black Friday were huge. I have a tendency to I don't look at the size. I'm sorry, that doesn't really determine whether or not I'm gonna get a kit. It just doesn't. And then I have all these huge kits, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna take a while. All right, so already we see some fabulous line blocking here, just lines of colors for these trees. I know that this artist in particular paints, it seems like a lot of redwoods. Like there's a lot of interest in her artwork in terms of like the redwood forest and things like that. So these types of like huge trees with this kind of background, you know, this type of foliage is not uncommon to find in her artwork, and I love it. So here's some more over here. This is cool. I see a lot of that. I bet that's a special. It is. It's an AB. Wow, all the white. Here, let me see if I can try to get rid of some of the glare. Did that? Ah, okay. Here we go. That's the ticket. Okay, so all of this white here, that's all AB. That's so cool. And so is her wings. I love that. She's like making this crown. There's this little like fairy mushroom house over here. Butterflies. Dakota loves to put that in. The little pink blossoms. The little fairy house here. The fairy house here. Oh my gosh. And then these These two down here are so precious. Like, tell me a story. This is Bigfoot, obviously. I mean, that's his name, right? That's hilarious. So cute. Okay, and then we've got more line blocking, lots of confetti in these trees because plants just invite confetti. And then as far as he goes, like, he's pretty confetti prone as well. He's gonna look so good. Oh my gosh. And then I love these like pops of blues and yellows and the mushrooms and these like purple flowers down here. Excuse me. That is so cute. So does anybody else get like, maybe this is weird. Okay, tell me in the comments if you think this is weird, but does anybody else get like big soft dad vibes from this guy? Like, I thought of some guys I know who are dads of little girls in particular, and this one dad I know in particular, he's got 4 girls, and this piece just, and didn't ever expect to end up, having A, that many kids, and B, them all being girls, and I just love that for him, and he loves it. But this just reminds me of him, I guess, because there's like, all, you know how it is. I mean, I don't have a daughter, but my friends that have daughters, they'll talk about, oh yeah, or, my brother who has daughters, or this friend I'm talking about, they'll paint his nails and do his hair and makeup and stuff. And he's just like, oh yeah, whatever, it's just what we do. And as dad, as girl dads. And so this guy is just giving me big, like, girl dad vibes. He's like fairies. But anyway, that's my story for this campus. As far as our specials are concerned, yeah, I love this because a lot of these like purples and stuff are the DAC created colors. As far as a lot of our specials, we do have that AB, that white AB that's like all over the background here. We've got it in these wings. We've even got it down here on her wings, Pretty much anywhere you see the white is gonna be that AB. We've got them on the caps and the mushrooms here. So that's pretty special. And then we've got, that's the only AB that I'm seeing here. I thought I said we had 2 ABs. No, I guess not. And then 3 fairy dusts. So the fairies are buckle up. We've got a green, a tan, and a light blue. So the light blue is going to be the lowercase n, and we're going to find it. Let me zoom in here a little bit. And we're going to find it like this lowercase n is all, it's just really like outlining with the AB her wings. And that is so cool. That is so cool. So we've got that, and then it's in the crown, the little ends here in the crown, and it's here in these flowers, and then it's over here in these butterflies. We've got this fairy dust over here for the blue. Let me zoom you out a little bit if I can. Sorry about that. Okay, and then we've got a lot of that blue fairy dust in this. It's like the lighter, it's not this deepest blue. It's like this lighter blue. It's here. It's all over in this one, and this one, and this one. It is not in these steps. It's in the little mushrooms down by his feet. It is over here in the blue of her wings and these butterflies and these mushroom. You see where I'm going with this? And even we have some up here in this blue. So that's pretty cool. And then our green fairy dust. So that's the one I'm most interested in finding because there's a lot of green in this. So it's like this, flower symbol. So let's see if I can find that one real quick here. Okay, I'm looking in here. I did see some of it on the side trees, but I'm just curious how many specials they're gonna put in here because it's already got the white AB. I'm actually not seeing a whole lot of that green AB in the center here, but where I am seeing it is I am seeing it like here. Okay, so it's like sprinkled in here. It's this sort of like medium green, like that. That is the symbol I'm looking at. And I'm seeing it sprinkled all throughout here, so that's going to be really cool. I'm even seeing it over here a little bit next to this fairy house. Over here, I thought I saw it quite a bit here. Let me see. I'm not seeing a ton of it. No, but I did see it over there. Oh, I am seeing it like a little bit here. Like we do see it here, and then throughout this bottom right of the canvas, there's some foliage. You see it sprinkled throughout. So that's sort of like your green fairy dust. And yeah, see, I'm seeing it like here, a little bit here, a little bit here. We see that there. And then the other fairy dust, that is like a brown color, and it is exactly where you would expect to see it. It is the like Asterix star. So do you see, whoops, sorry. Do you see, where did it go? Ah, right here. So see that little asterisk? So it's like the lightest of the tan color, or beige, whatever you want to call it, in Biggie himself. Okay? So it is, he's glowing. He's golden. All right, so let me see, where's the ashes? So here's the fairy. Okay, so he's everywhere. It's all up here. It's like lining here. It's dotted in his mustache. It's like here. It's here, 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 here. Line here, line here. It's like outlining his, where the sun is coming from the back of the painting and shining on him. It's here in this part of his beard. And then it's throughout here, like in his folded hands that he's got. He's got these little folded hands, so all throughout here and in here. Is it in his feet? Not really in his feet, but that's him. So, so yeah, this is a really cool canvas, and it's not a huge one. So I look forward to working on this one. Dakotathon 2026 will be happening. It usually happens sometime in the spring, like I think like April to May, and working on all things Dakota. So I have a couple of ideas in mind, what I want to work on, but this one is definitely up there as a contender. So I'm going to put this one away, and then we'll look at Undersea Library. Alrighty, so I am back with my last Dakota Daetwiler kit, Undersea Library. Just get this open here. Yeah, so I love these whimsical paintings. I love these whimsical paintings that she does, whether it's Bigfoot, whether it's mermaids, or whether it's my favorite, which is the Krakens that she does. So this is Undersea Library by Dakota Daetwiler, 25.6 inches by 31.9 inches, or 65 centimeters by 80.9 centimeters. Okay, so then if we look at the slide here, we've got 59 colors. For all that's going on in this kit, that's pretty crazy. 3 ABs, 1 iridescent, and 4 fairy dust, with a total of 84,825 diamonds. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, just look at the details. I love this. So, and then this guy, this little gump face. Like, we have 2 anglerfish in this piece. There's this guy, and then this one. We'll show you, but yeah. I love that. That's so cool. That she takes some of the more, I guess, unloved, or even some people think like ugly creatures of the world, and she makes them adorable, right? So I love everything ocean and deep sea and like creepy like that. I think those things are incredible. But I know a lot of people who are like, oh, they're icked out by it. The fact that she's able to like put this in her artwork and make it adorable to people, to have them kind of like, well, maybe they're not so bad. I don't know. I love that. Okay, Undersea Library. Looks like we've got another bronze. Okay, not upset about that. Beautiful card. I love that. See, he's so cute. I love anglerfish. Undersea Library. Here's our sticker sheet. 59 colors. Okay, so that's cool. This whole line here, that's all your specials. So, and then here is our... I don't know why this one didn't sell out, honestly. I was shocked. What happened to me was, so the Black Friday, so the Black Friday release at midnight for Diamond and Ruby, or was it just Diamond Mirrors, went crazy, right? Bigfoot was gone in seconds. Dragon Room was gone, or seconds, minutes, whatever. It was gone really quick, is my point. And so this one, so I made my first order that had Dragon Room and Little Ristorante in it and a shells piece, which I'll get into in another video. And this one just sort of sat here. And then in the morning, it was for general release. It was available. And last I checked 2 days ago, it was still available. So definitely go check it out. Undersea Library. Oh, we can already see our iridescent right there. It's like a blue crystal. I love how they do that. So yeah, so that's Undersea Library drills. Ooh, and it looks like we've got another AB, sort of a yellowish looking AB. That's pretty. Okay, so yeah, I don't know, because Dakota's pieces like these, usually I'm just rolling it backwards. It helps it lay flatter sooner. Usually her stuff sells out, especially when it's like anything cryptid, krakens, mermaids. She does a lot of mermaids, which actually the very first piece I ever got from her that I'll be working on this year was a mermaid. It was actually one of the first of two kits that I had ever ordered from Diamond Art Club. So, all right, so here we got Undersea Library. Oh, this gummy little face. And look, there's another angler fish over here. That is super cool. And then we've got this pelican dropping in like, hey, what's going on down here? And we got a butterfly. She frequently puts butterflies in her artwork. I love that. We've got this crab. He's like so excited. He's on the edge of his seat for the story and she's reading to everybody. And then we've got, I love how he has, okay, these are like glasses. Because he's reading a book, right? Like he needs glasses to read the book, but they almost kind of look like goggles a little bit. So it's just really cute. Like this octopus, I'll pretend it's like a little kraken because I like to have stories about my paintings, and this otter back here is reading. I mean, this is precious. And a crab, he's reading a book. This other otter over here also reading a book. I love how her tail is like sweeping majestically through these like crystals and stuff. I love the coral and a lionfish. She does love lionfish. They are in a lot of her paintings, and they are really cool animals. They're actually invasive here in Florida. So there's actually, I think, like a hunting season for them, or a fishing season for them, I should say. Anyway, I digress. This is really cool how the light's like coming through here. This is so cool. Like this whole idea of like being able to read underwater, and she's just listening. I just love the whole thing. Okay, so our specials, we've got, I really want to see where this iridescent is. We've got the ABs, we've got the L820, and it is the, what do you call that? Like this little hourglass. Hourglass is what I was thinking. Hourglass. So it's probably going to be in the crystals, I'm guessing. That's where it would make the most sense. Yeah, let's see. I'm seeing a lot of like the stars popping out at me. Why is the iridescent not popping out at me? Maybe it's because they did not put it in the crystals? Huh. Oh, God, no. Of course they put it in the crystals. It's right here. Okay, it's like in a lot of these lines, in the crystals. A lot of the lines. That is really cool. And then we also have a blue AB, which somebody recently told me that it looked like the old school iPod symbol, and so I like that. It's like a box that's half full. I love that. So the iPod symbol, I'm gonna go with that. Thank you. You know who you are. Thank you for that, because now I know what to call it. That is the other blue AB in here. And I'm seeing it all, oh my gosh, it's all in her hair. But I'm wondering if it's going to be in the crystal as well. I'm seeing a lot of, now I'm seeing the iridescent. Does this happen to you too, where you're looking for something and you can't find the thing that you're currently looking for, but the last thing you were looking for, it's everywhere? Yeah? Okay, that's me. All right, the iPod symbol. Yeah, I'm not really seeing it in the crystals too much. I am seeing it everywhere in here, in her hair. So that's really cool. It's here. It's not the lightest blue, but it's close to it. Yeah, so you can see this symbol right here. So it gets mixed up with the anchor symbol quite a bit, which good, appropriate symbol to have in this painting. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of the AB, the blue AB in her hair. I don't see any of the crystal in her, or iridescent. I'll just call it a crystal. I'm not seeing a lot of that iridescent in her hair specifically, but I do see it in the actual crystals, which is where it makes a lot of sense for it to be. Let's see. There's a lot of blue. Obviously, there's a lot of blue, but like there's a lot of blue like down in the books. Let's see. No, I'm not seeing a lot of it. I was gonna say maybe like in the lionfish, but and I do see blues in the lionfish, but I'm not seeing any of these specials. Except I do see this is a fairy dust. It's the white. Like anywhere you're seeing this white, it's like the dot symbol. It's like this. Anywhere you see that, that is a white fairy dust. So maybe we should go with that, because you can find that one pretty much everywhere. All right, it's here in the book. It's in this one's books. It's in the tips of the crystals and the corals. It's in, I love how she did the spines, and I love how they rendered it. The spines are filled with that AB, or not AB, I'm sorry, that fairy dust. That white fairy dust is one of my favorite fairy dusts, actually. It is all over here. It is all in her hair. All these like highlights in her hair, which at first I thought the way this rendered, I mean, the piece itself is like that. It's very light. It's very white. At first I thought that's really going to stick out and look kind of odd that her hair, she's got like these bright white parts of her hair. But then I thought, you know, with the way that they don't want it to blend into all this blue, it could very easily look blended. And also I chose to think maybe like some of us, she is gracefully aging with her different colored gray white hair. That's how I chose to see it anyway. Call it a personal bias, but that's what I'm saying. And then we've got some fairy dust here and a little bit in the book, and we've got it in the bubbles and a little bit, oof, ouch, over here. Okay, so we've got a little bit kind of everywhere, that white fairy dust. I love that. Another teal fairy dust. Let's see, this teal fairy dust, this one, and then we got a couple other fairy dusts. You can see a red and an orange, but the teal fairy dust might not stick out so much because so much of this painting is blue and teal. I'm not really seeing it in the top of the canvas. I wonder if it's in her tail, and it is. Okay, so sorry, I'm still getting over my sinus infection. It's been weeks. All right, see, let's see, where is it? This symbol right here. So that like sort of medium, not the lightest teal, but the medium teal, that is going to be your teal fairy dust. And that's going to be all throughout her tail. So she's got a lot of like line blocking, and I find that scales tend to do that. We tend to get a lot of line blocking in scales. So let me just zoom you in a little bit. So yeah, I'm not trying to make you see six. So these symbols right here, those are definitely that teal fairy dust. So that is throughout the base of her tail here. And then the leg portion, see, it's all throughout. It's just tons of confetti though. And then we actually have it running down the length of these spines. I forget what they call that part, this part of the fish. The spines on those fins. I forget what they call them. Maybe they just call them spines, but it's all throughout here. It just keeps going. It is absolutely gorgeous. So I love that. And then the other two fairy dusts, we're going to have a red and sort of a salmon color. The red is this, okay, so someone help me out. What do you call that? I call this one the pregnant or side boob, but what do you call this one? Like the half moon, like the rising sun? I don't know, what do you call that one? So that, oh, and it's right here. It's a red fairy dust. It's already right there. So let's take a look at the top of the canvas. So we're going to be looking in here. We've got some of that salmon colored fairy dust. We've got some of the reds fairy dust. We've got more of the, nope, not in there. Let's see over here maybe. Let's see what we got. Yep, we've got, it's all here, the red fairy dust. It goes all the way here. It runs. It basically runs through all of the coral. It's in our little crab friend here. We've got this red fairy dust. We've got some of the salmon colored fairy dust in him as well. So it's all in the crab. In our octopus kraken friend over here, the salmon is in him. The red is in him. That's really cool. The red is throughout his tentacles. Even the seahorse here, the seahorse has the red fairy dust in him. So does this crab down here, and we have this coral. All the coral down here beneath the lionfish even has that fairy dust. So this is a really fun canvas. I do not understand why this did not sell out. I only suspect it didn't because there were so many kits that people were going for, and there has to be a limit at some point. So, but anyway, if this is out of stock when you see it, Dakotas are pretty popular pieces and they tend to get restocked. So I'd definitely sign up for your in-stock notifications, just like you could do with the Bigfoot one. And hopefully it will come to you sooner rather than later. So, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you for spending some time with me. Feel free to like and subscribe. They're free ways to help the channel. And let me know in the comments below what you guys picked up during this Black Friday drop. I'd be curious to hear. Or did you not? Were you well behaved? So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.